All right, so this is my first time trying this. We just finished camping this weekend and we're gonna be going out again in a couple of weeks, but the temp is supposed to go below freezing a few days this week. And I don't want to do a full winterization. I don't think that's required because it's only gonna get down to like the high 20s, maybe even like 30. So I wanted something really quick. So I'm gonna see if this works. So I wanted something really quick. So I'm gonna see if this works. So the lines in the RV, they are only rated for 40 PSI. So the first thing I have to do is come over here to my pressure regulator and drop it down to 40. You can see there it's at 50. I'd probably rather go below 40 a little bit even. I think that's gonna get us pretty close right there. So it looks like it's maybe 35, which that should be good. All right, we'll see what we got. So what I have right here, you can see, I purchased this little plug off of Amazon. It's not technically the blowout plug, but I wanted to save some money. I didn't want to build one of the, you see a lot of people building these big blowout plug rigs for their air compressor. I didn't want to have to build that. I already had this, so quite simply wanted to be able to attach this and work. So I'm going to, looks like we got about 31 pounds in the line. Looks about right. So that should be pretty safe. All right, so this little plug goes into our fresh tank fill. Give it a good tightening. And I'm gonna put this lock that onto here. Looks like we're blowing some water out of the line somewhere. All right, so pull this a little further. What I'm gonna do is I've got a clamp right here. Now I'm gonna want a little bit more pressure than that. Let's add a little bit more pressure in there. Okay, we're at least 35 right there. We'll try that. Got my remaining antifreeze from my last full winterization back in November. And I'm glad I did that because it got really cold for quite some time. Make sure that stays there. It's got some that sounds terrible, but I feel like it's just pushing some water out somewhere. We'll see. So I'm in here now. I'm going to run this line until we don't have any water coming out. Surprising how much, it's always surprises me how much water this thing holds. I really wish that thing didn't sound so bad. Now we're going. There we go. So you can see the air starting to get through. But you can still see there's still a lot of water in there. Okay, I'm gonna turn that one off. Get in here. Get this one on. Sure, that sounds great on camera. I did drain the hot water heater. So. You can see how much water. Oh, it's crazy how much water is in those things, in these lines. Check on that outside. See if it's still making that awful noise. Yep. Sounds like it. And we're a little under 30 pounds pressure. So that's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice and safe anyway. You could probably go a little more pressure, but I mean, this seems to be working, so what's the point? I mean, look at all that water that's still in there. That's unreal to me. It's crazy. I just wonder how long it'll do that. I'll let the back one get a little longer. You see all the water that's still coming out. I mean, that's one of the reasons I really like to do the regular winterization. You just don't know 100% if you're getting all of that out. Now, I know, you know, there's a lot of guys that have mentioned they've done this way for 20 years and never had a problem. And that's, you know, that's great. I'm just, for my own peace of mind, I just like to do the old-fashioned way through the dead of winter. But here in the spring, when you're hitting mid, look, that's still a lot of water. That's funny. All this is water that would have been still in the line. And you can see that's still a lot of water. So just air coming out of here now. So that's good. It looks like most of it's bypassed. The sink, at least the kitchen sink. Now it's just here. I mean, I just wonder how long this goes on. Like I said, I've never done it this way. And I've seen YouTube videos, of course, but you don't know how much they edit out. None of this is edited, so it's wanted to go ahead and show what it looks like. Now what I'll do, all right, it sounds like we're getting close back there with the bathroom sink. All right, I think we're good with the shower. What I am gonna do, so yeah, now we can see we're getting really close. I think we're about done. Well, a little more. Huh. It's a lot of water in those lines. This is really kind of eye-opening to know how much water is actually in these lines. I am going to go ahead and pour some antifreeze down this drain. So I really don't know how much to pour, but I think that'll be enough to get good through that P-trap anyway. I'm going to go ahead and pour some down this drain. Again, I don't know how much to use, but it's a lot less than... Okay, I think we're about good here. And then I'm going to pour some down here. Now what I've got to do now... Again, I don't know exactly how much to use, but that should be enough to get through the P-trap. Mix in with some of the water. So, I mean, I probably didn't use 4 cups of antifreeze. Let's go check on our... We stopped making our funny noise. So maybe we're pressurized. I'm not sure. Let me look. Okay. So we've lost pressure. And no pressure here. That helps. It's like, I don't know why we're losing pressure. Now I know. There we go. We'll be up to pressure again in a minute. I thought it was turned on. I guess somebody, one of the kids or mom, may have turned it off yesterday while they were out here playing. So that might have been the reason this stopped. Oh boy. Yep. So here you're seeing a first timers go through the learning curve on this stuff. There's still a lot of water left in there. Like I said, it makes you wonder how long this goes on. But while it's doing that, I am going to go ahead and drain. Well, I don't think I can drain the low points because that'll let off all the pressure. That thing just keeps going, man. I might have to pour some more antifreeze down that one. Oh boy, yeah. So it wasn't necessarily that it was... Look at that. It's just straight water right here. There's so much water in those lines. It's crazy. Very interesting. I had no idea. I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, there's nothing coming out there now. I think we're still good in that drain too. That wasn't much to worry about. Still just a little bit. Let's see about the shower. So now I have to do it all over again because I didn't realize I've lost pressure. Looks like we're pretty good in the shower. Yeah, you can feel the air coming out, so I think we're getting close. Let me make sure everything's good out there. See, this is probably maybe an advantage of having one of those blowout plugs versus this little bicycle tire plug. Yep. Oh wow, our clamp broke. Huh, interesting. Okay. These are those little cheap clamps you can get from Home Depot for a pack of, I don't know, pack of a whole bunch. Very cheap, but this one's not gonna break. It may not open wide enough, but it's not gonna break. Ah, the joys of learning. Shouldn't go anywhere. Surprised the other one broke. I mean, I know they're super cheap, but this is the first one I've had break. So once again, if we don't hear the sound, there's no air going in. Man. I'm just gonna let that go. It's crazy, all the water in there. It really is. I'm not so sure I couldn't have done it the old-fashioned way by now, to be honest with you. The old-fashioned way is not hard. Go ahead and hook this booger up. I want you to build pressure there. I wonder if it would help to add a little bit of pressure. Let me blow my lines out. That would be kind of funny. I'll add a little bit more pressure in there. Let's see. Get back to about 35 right there. Still don't understand that weird sound there, but whatever. Has something to do with that plug. I still have that bathroom sink, man. I mean, this has been going on. The length of the video will be how long it takes. So. Yeah. Holy cow. That's so weird. So the thing about this, blowing it out, the dangerous part, I'm trying to see the lines back there. Can't really see them that well from here, but see those blue and red lines? Those aren't really gonna break. It's the little joints that break. The little plastic joints where the water line has to make like a 90-degree turn, that's where you're going to have the issues. those will break, those will bust. So these little droplets of water, these little spurts of water coming out of these faucets, if those are sitting in a joint and they freeze, that joint is going to break. But the water lines themselves, they'll stretch. They don't really have that issue. It looks like we're getting close here now. I say that every time I say that, it spurts out another gallon of water. I think we're good. Hot water side. The thing about this, I mean, you shouldn't have to go in. Hot water sounds great. You shouldn't have to go in and do anything as far as bypassing your hot water heater, because that hot water heater will pressurize as well, and it'll push out the remaining water. So you should be good. I think I'm good now. Let me pour some more antifreeze in here because I'm sure that last batch is gone. Enough to get through the P-trap. That's probably good. All right, a little OCD. Sorry, guys. And then I'm gonna go back to this one and check one more time. You can still see some water. I mean, if you were to put all that in a cup, as silly as it sounds, it would, there's no doubt it would fill up one of those little pieces of joint, those little joints. But I think we're being good. I think I'm being super picky now. Like I said, it's my first time doing this. Got the rest of that in there. So this is in real time. Everything in real time. The only thing you didn't see was I drug the air compressor out of the garage, so I was able to get to my docking station. So now we got these outside ports. We turn the water on. You can feel the air going in there. So we're pretty good there. You can see the water shooting through the hose. Let gravity help as well. There's a little bit of water in there. I don't think enough to make a huge difference. And you can see we're running about 30 psi now, which is pretty good. See how much we build up to. Looks like we're maintaining around 30. That's good. I think I'm good there. Let's go to the hot water side. Oh yeah, there we go. Good bit of water there. I mean, it's just these hidden spots of water that you don't think about, that you really have to be careful with as far as this way of winterizing. And if you're doing it the old-fashioned way, you know good and well that just by the water turning pink, that you're winterized, because it's obviously that antifreeze has gotten through the lines. I got one more port here. Let's check this out. You could feel the air come in. See how much water we got in here. It doesn't look like we got a whole lot. I think we're good on this one. That one probably got most of that out with that bathroom sink. So I'm going to be super picky and go through these sinks again. I think my outside ports are good. They don't seem to, all these weird sounds. I'm sure that sounds terrible on camera. Check our nemesis out right here. Good. Cool. I think we're done. Check this one. Of course, a little bit more came out, but I don't think it's enough to matter. All right, guys. So you can see this is real time how long it takes to winterize or halfway winterize the camper using air. Like I said, I think it is a little quicker than the old-fashioned way, but if you're good at the old-fashioned way, you can get it done 20 minutes. The hardest part is getting access to the hot water heater. All right, guys, that's it for today. Have a good one.
If you liked today's video, don't forget to hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe. And join us over at winterizing.com.